My name is DJ Bri Mafia, and I'm a DJ.
Let's go. Let me calm down. Niggas think this shit is sweet, they fucking right. When it comes to how I taste, when it comes to my life. Nah, that bitch talking greasy, so we cutting off them lights. Then jumped off the porch, not a back door in sight.
I feel like it's taken me a long time to like embrace, one pocket of DJing. But like, they'll be like, I'm an open format DJ, which I am. Like, I could do anything. But like, my bread and butter is like local trap, ratchet, underground music. So being from Delaware, like, we don't really have our own genre of music. And like, even like geographically, like, Delaware is right below Jersey and Philly and New York. And then to the west of us is DC, Baltimore, Maryland. And then to the south of us is like Virginia, 757, like Eastern North Carolina. So like growing up, I just have like a melting pot of like music that I listen to. And I think like for me, I just grew up a lot on like club music. Then like Dipset, The Lox, Lil' Kim, Biggie. In the south, Missy, Clips, Timbaland. In DC, like it took a long time for go-go to grow on me, just because like we're two-steppers in Delaware, and like go-go is more like fast-paced. So like me, I'm like, damn, I can't groove to this, what I'm supposed to do. And I didn't realize until like 2019, my 27th birthday, Trilla took me to a go-go and she was throwing ass all night, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know that's what you did to go-go music. So yeah, I just feel like me being from Delaware, I'm like super fortunate to like have a melting pot of music that I grew up on, because we don't have our own genre of music. We have our own dance, but we don't have our own like genre.
I'm a real ass bitch. I ain't for the fucking taking. Fake ass fuck.
Okay, Wild Days with the Factory. We've been DJing there almost every month this entire year. Songbird, I take that back. Songbird is above Wild Days. I feel like I put Wild Days at a high standard just because I love their staff. And Wild Days it's separate from the hotel that it's in. It's like a rooftop bar. I like Wild Days. They're separate from the hotel. Like, just say that. But Songbird, Wild Days, and honorable mention just because it's so new, Looking Glass Lounge. I've been DJing there every Monday and Wednesday the last 2 or 3 months. They're getting ready to close at the end of the year. They're doubling the rent. DC shit. Gentrification shit, bro. I'm always playing some new shit. I think growing up, like when I went out, I didn't go to parties because of like what genre of music. I feel like now all the party flyers are like Amapiano, Afro beats, R&B, like, and I'm just like that. I just feel like it's kind of like a disservice to DJs because you put them in like a pocket versus just like them playing whatever they want to play. So like I'm always playing some local music. I've just been in DC heavy. Like I haven't done that many local shows in Baltimore, so that it's not coming off the top of the head, but like I'm always gonna play something new. I'm not a nostalgic DJ. I'm not a throwback DJ. I just feel like we're always gonna be stuck in a moment of time if we're so caught up on like the nostalgic music or the throwbacks. And it's like, how do we create new classics if we're constantly playing the older classics? So like I always make it an effort to like play what's new, do my research, download a lot of music. A lot of DJs DJ off Tidal and Apple Music and SoundCloud, but that's why I'm able to like post all my live mixes, because I actually download that music or buy it. Like, and those DJs can't record if they're playing it off Tidal. So like I always make it an effort to sit on my laptop and just sit there for hours and just download music, like how I used to do when I was in middle school and high school, like LimeWire days, 2 Dope Boy days, like fucking Mixtape Monkey days, Dat Piff days, like where you just sit there and like download music. So new music, local music, or just or even like flips on old stuff. So if I do play some throwbacks, it's probably gonna be like an edit, like, or it's gonna be like a flip that somebody did. So like that's like my aesthetic is new. Like I don't people like realize how important music is, because it's like, all right, you like nostalgia music because it makes you feel good. but it's like, how are you gonna test the limits of your emotions if like you don't listen to something new? So I guess why people love R&B parties, because everybody knows the music, right? So yes, it's so comfortable to sing along, but people don't like to take the risk of like dancing to something they heard that's new. And I just feel like if you have more people that are like, damn, I fuck with this, then somebody else gonna be like, you know what, I fuck with this too. And then it get everybody going. So like, yeah, I'm just not a nostalgic throwback DJ. Like, that's why the whole discourse within the club happened. And I feel like I finally get to speak on it. Like, I really want to speak on this. I'm sorry? You want to save it? Okay, fine. But just know we're going to come back to it.
These bitches can't touch me. Too clean.
I do, depending on the environment. Like, I feel like DJing is providing a service. People be trying to say I'm an entertainer. Like, I'm not an entertainer. Don't look at me. Like, I'm not an entertainer. Like, if you're not dancing, like, what the hell? Like, I'm not here for you to look at me. Like, thank you for the pictures and the videos. Like, thank you for sure. But it's most important is that you're enjoying your time. Like, I'm enjoying my time, you know, so you should enjoy your time. So, like, I'll take requests like, it was Shawty's birthday, and I played Jocelyn's Live Your Best Life. Do it like it should be day. Do it like it should be. Yeah, and then, like, you know, like, I'll do things like that, but, like, it has to fit the vibe. Like, don't come up to me and request, like, some Britney Spears in the middle of playing, like, Sexy Red. Like, what's up with that? You know, like, read the room. But certain people don't read the room and just think it's all about them. And they come up and request something, and I'm just like, damn, like, what do I get in return? You know, like, can you be like, damn, you're doing a great job. Like, I brought you a drink. What are you drinking tonight? Do you mind playing this? Like, I'm like, oh shit, you gave me a drink? Oh, you gave me a little J pre-roll? Sure, but like, if you just come up in the middle of like me cranking, you just requesting something that's not cranking, then nah. Like, my homeboy Maine made a suggestion when I was DJing Wild Days, and I was like, you know what, Maine? That cranks. I'm gonna play that. Like, he got it, but other people don't get it, and they just like make personal requests for themselves, like shit they listen to in their fucking bathroom. I'm not playing that shit. Party Pack, both the interviews I did today gave me tequila. Like, you guys are like coming through with the Party Packs. 10-hour drive. I literally drove to Jacksonville Saturday morning and drove back Monday morning. And that's a 10-hour drive. And I plan on moving to Jax. So I plan on making this 10-hour drive at least once a month. Home wrecker. I wouldn't call myself a home wrecker. You know what I'm saying? But if that led to it, it led to it. But the song is great. I kind of feel her in it, you know, it's really good. Hood Rats, it's like an honorable mention to Delaware with Sookie and then Sexy Red, who's my favorite. And I deem myself a hood rat. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. We love the Hood Rats. And then sports mode, like, I had to put my car in sports mode today to get to my first interview because I was 30 minutes late. And then, like, I had to do it here because we're in, like, damn near Townsend. I live in Patterson Park, so I was like, damn, I gotta fucking go. So, yeah, this is just kind of describing my mood today. This is really nostalgic. You know, I used to do this in the 6th grade. Yeah, so I talked about it in the last interview, too. And this was so funny. People used to be like, yo, I'm about to make mixtapes, like, write a list of songs. They could probably only come up with this many songs. This is probably a total of 8 minutes. Like, this song is like 2 minutes long. Sports mode is not 2 minutes long at all. The home record is not 2 minutes long. This is like a 8 to 10 minutes. So like, there's 70 minutes unaccounted for that I would just like fill in. So I got a bunch of shit I'd fill in on this though. My mom, bruh, oh my God, she had like this big ass like booklet of like CDs. We used to drive out here all the time. So like, normal day would be getting in the car and just like flipping through this like booklet of like hundreds of CDs and like picking a CD and like, you know, just like, I also think that like, especially then like the radios, right? You have your like mainstream hits and then you like see the CDs, you'd be like, this shit crank way better than what they're playing on the radio. that's like the best part. Like A. Marie has like a timeless fucking album where Why Don't We Fall in Love is on that album. I just think there's just so much more value than like having a physical CD and then like getting the actual, like seeing the credits, seeing the lyrics, seeing the artwork, and just like the actual like time and effort they put into, you know, like I feel like you don't get to see any kind of like physical artistry. Like, okay, granted, they just started doing like animated stuff on Spotify, like for one song, like, ooh, cool. But it's like you can only see it when you're listening to it. It's not like you could take anything with you. So like, and even back then, like I actually had some posters from CDs that I had like in my room. The very first CD that I ever bought was Currency, Stone Immaculate, with my own money. And that was the very first physical CD that I bought. And I just think like, as somebody who grew up in the blog era, it was just so cool to have Currency have like this physical copy, and I was able to buy it, and I'm like, I'm a real fan. So like, then I don't think people will like understand that joy. Or like even when CDs used to be sold out, you know, like say you're like, damn, you had to wait for the restock. Like you don't even get the, you know, it's like an exclusiveness. There was like, you know, MFTs were fire for a minute, which was just, yeah. But like Currency dropped the NFT project, which I thought was dope, and I wanted to get it and I didn't get my hands on it, but I think that's like so synonymous from like physical copies. But just such a greater joy for having something physical that you can have with you, and like you can say that not everybody has that. So that is the coolest part about it. You can edit it out.
We'll make it work. It'll take a long time.
I'm crying.
You got a roller scope.
I got a keyframe in there.
That gotta be like Obama and
What?
you didn't see the mid-interview, he killed the fly?
Yeah.
Do I gotta do that?
I should have bought you some chopsticks.
I got one of those like electric fly swatters at the house.
Bro, me too.
I be having a little bit too much fun with them.
Them aunties, I can't have it. Real bitch doing real shit. Y'all niggas really slack.
I think that like as a whole, just like community, you know, like I'm just grateful where I came from in Delaware. Like I don't think I realized kind of how, you know, like even though it's not the most like rich upbringing, I think that like because it's such a smaller community, they understand what the youth needs. So like from pre-K to like my senior year of high school, right? So like when I got to elementary school, I was in Boys and Girls Club, or even when I was in kindergarten, I went to kindergarten at Del State. They offer a kindergarten program, and it's called laboratory school. And like I was in Sankofa, which was like, I was like got taught how to like dance, all these like African dances. I was also in this etiquette class where I would go and have these tea parties on the weekend. They teach me how to be a lady. So I have all these pictures of me like when I'm 6, I'm just sitting down on my pictures, I'm like this, and making sure my legs are crossed and like my back is straight. And like when I go out and like making sure I like drink my tea and shit. And like then Boys and Girls Club, it was at Wesley College, so we had access to the entire campus. So they teach you how to swim. We had our own organized sports teams. We were in these groups that taught us how to play pool. And then there was this club at the YMCA called 567, I believe. And all you had to do, if you didn't have a YMCA membership, you could come to the YMCA from like 7 to 11, and you had access to the entire Y. So you could swim, you could go in the game room, and they provided like pizza and drinks. So that was middle school. Then in high school, we had our own club called Club Kids. And Club Kids in the daytime operated like a Chuck E. Cheese. Like it had arcade games, it had ball pins, it was like a jungle gym and shit. And then it had a gym area to play indoor basketball, but they turned it into a club on the weekends. And it had a DJ booth, so like where they did the umpires and officiates the games at the top, that's where my uncle would hook up and DJ. So like, I never realized until I left how amazing it was growing up there. Like there were things for kids to do, safe things that were provided by our peers and our educators, or like we had DARE, like the program for like drugs and stuff. So like most of the officers that came in and taught us DARE were our resource officers at school. So then we have great relationships with the police. And it's not like me, I was never scared of the police, because I'm like, y'all don't have positive police presence when y'all were in school, you know. And because it's a small town, Like, most of the police officers live there. They're from there. Like, living here, you realize that most of the police officers are not from here. Like, I feel like that should be a thing. Like, I think that police officers should be from the communities they're policing. That's where the disconnect is. So it's like me, like, Officer Keith, I would come to school and be like, I heard y'all was fighting at the party. What was going on? And it wasn't snitching. It was like, yeah, like, and then they would make the effort to reach a compromise or like an agreement, and everybody work together. So like, community is what inspires me the most, because like that's where I came from. So that's why I come here to the DMV. I'm just like, hey, we need community, y'all. We need resources. We need spaces. So I think it's taken me till now to realize that that's always been my influence, just that like sharing my resources, or just being like, no, there's ample opportunity for everybody to survive, succeed, and be comfortable and safe and confident. But it's just that we all have to collectively work together. And then I think that that's also where like the name Mafia comes from, because like, I'm not Bri without a mafia. And like, a lot of people think that mafia is negative, but being in a mafia is just a group of people with ideal and common goals. If you look up the definition, it's just like America or whatever wants to put this definition of what mafia is, but it's really a group of like-minded individuals who are trying to achieve the same thing. So yeah, like that's really what motivates me the most, is that like we should just have more community, and there just shouldn't be as much of a disconnect. Like, and I think that that's what they want us to do, because the more divided we are, the more they can conquer. So it's like, nah, like even the bridge between like the DMV and Baltimore, like I'm seeing it happen in real time. Like, people are absolutely coming together way more than I've ever seen. But like, once everybody's on the same page out here, that shit's gonna take off. That shit is going to take the fuck off.
Bitches real life just wanna be around, dog.
Delaware, the entire state, it's mandatory that you take driver's education the marking period that you turn 16. So like, all of us were driving, like when we were sophomores and juniors and seniors in high school, because you have to take it. And if you don't take it, then you have to take it, but if you fail it, you just don't get your driver's license, and then you have to pay on your own accord to get it, or take another class and pay for it. But like, I just think that like, you know, I was able to be mobile all my life. So like, I'm 16 driving to Philly, driving to Ocean City, driving out here to Maryland. And I'm so grateful for that, because like, I realize that some people don't have that luxury of having that being a class that's provided for you in school. And it's like Delaware influences you to do that. And that's why a majority of us are friends with people from different counties. Like, there's only 3 counties in the whole state. So it's Newcastle County, Kent County, and then Sussex County. And when you play sports, you pretty much play the whole state, because the state is so small. So like, all my friends are literally from different counties, different cities in Delaware. And it's like, just having that accessibility to so many different schools and just so many different people. It's like, you know, like here in PG, right, you go to the school, you go to whatever elementary schools in your neighborhood, or like high school, and like, you can't choose. Like, if that's what your neighboring school is, you have to go. Same thing with Dover and just anywhere else, but there's only one high school pretty much. So like, if you live in Dover, you go to Dover High School, or you go to Polytech, which is a trade school. They do offer that option. You could do hair, work on cars. Like, Polytech was cool as shit, and I wanted to go there. My uncle was like, nah, bro, you're going to Dover, because he worked at Dover. So like, that's what it is about me, like being from Delaware. I just feel like it's kind of like a gym that nobody would ever like realize. And I'm just thinking that like, there are places, like, even though it's like not metropolitan, it may not have like the best nightlife, you know what I'm saying? Or it may not have like, you know, a public transportation, but it's like, would we need public transportation when we all can drive? So that's like the biggest thing, is that like, I'm just like so grateful of the things that were provided for me while I lived in Delaware. And I didn't realize it until I left. Like, I used to be, when I lived in Delaware, I'd be like, I'm from North Carolina, because I was born in North Carolina. But I moved to Delaware when I was 4, but then I went to college in North Carolina. And I couldn't tell people I was from North Carolina, because they'd be like, oh, what school did you go to? Where'd you grow up? And I'm like, actually, I'm from Delaware. So then that's when I like fully like embraced it, was when I left. And I'm just like, damn, I actually had it way sweeter than I thought. I haven't been in a Walmart in years. I didn't steal anything from Walmart. The fuck? I stole some makeup from Target on Wednesday. I'm banned from all the Giants in the DMV for stealing seasonings. Thanksgiving 2020 during the pandemic. But I've been still from Walmart. I haven't been in Walmart in a long time. Somebody told you I stole from Walmart? Oh, okay. They got it wrong. It's Target. It's Target. Don't support Walmarts. You know why? Man, this is great. This is great. So my senior year, they gave one of my teachers like a class, right? Like we switched to block scheduling and he was really able to do whatever he wanted to in this class. This man taught us conspiracy theories. So the first one, we watched this whole thing about how Walmart's come into smaller communities and they like kill small businesses and like why you should support like your local small businesses, because like literally Walmart just takes all those things, makes them cheaper, and then they drive small businesses out of business. So like I've always been an advocate of like, okay, if Walmart's the only thing, when it's 24 hours and those small businesses aren't open, go to Walmart, like for sure. But like if you can get somewhere else and like a small business, go to that and support like your local community. But yeah, like that's why I don't really shop at Walmart's for real, because of that. And I'm like, damn, Walmart out here killing the community. It's crazy. What am I? Oh man, this is great. All right, so I got my Buy Myself or Nothing Full Moons. This is a brand in Baltimore, and I also got a matching hoodie. Then I have on my Only Vibes vest. Crazy thing about this vest, I thrifted it. It's reversible. And Only Vibes was like, yo, let me get this. So they tagged it for me. So the Only Vibes logo is on the front and it's on the back. So it's right here. And then if you flip it, it's reversible. So it's on the back too. And then I got, what hat is this? I got my Paradise bucket hat on. It's a brand based in DC, who I used to DJ a lot of pop-ups for. Then I got on my Mo Bob Slim pants. It's my homeboy's brand. And then I got this bag at the 808s and Sad Boys. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but it has NASA 8 on the front and the back. But I know this is a Baltimore brand too. I got a Charm City shirt on with Slum Paradise. Yeah, Slum Paradise t-shirt. They gave me a care package. And yeah, I think that's it. In the DMV in Baltimore, there's so many local brands. Like Jesus, like all my stuff. I'm always wearing like one local piece, if anything. And I didn't have that growing up. You know, like I was shopping at Abercrombie and Hollister and shit. Fucking Charlotte Russe, American Eagle, Macy's if I wanted to get schmancy. So like, you know, now I'm just like, damn, I really, you know, put that shit on. Like, ain't nobody about to copy this fit.
Even a taste, not even a crumb, cause y'all really be some fucking bums. Is she a DJ?
Twitter, hands down. Hands down. I wish I didn't delete my first Twitter. I made my first Twitter back in 2009. This is when you could talk to your favorites. Like Dom Kennedy would respond to me, Currency would like respond, and then when I got to A&T, like also us in Delaware, we had been on social media. Like I was in group chats in middle school, like 5th grade. I'm like 12 years old. Like, where are you from? I live in Delaware. Like we've been on the internet. So like, you know, I made my first Twitter in 2009, and then, you know, you have like senior superlatives. I wasn't in our yearbook superlative, but I was in our school paper superlative for like the very last issue before the year was up. That was when I graduated high school. And my superlative was most likely to reach 1,000 followers on Twitter. This was 2011 then. And I literally hit 1,000 followers a week and I graduated high school. So I was like, this is lit. So when I got to A&T, I was like really one of those people with like a lot of followers for real. But I'm a real nigga in real life. So like people would meet me and they'd be like, what's your Twitter? I'm like, you're not gonna ask my name? Yeah. So then I got spiteful and I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna delete my Twitter. So then people were like, what's your Twitter? I'm like, I don't have one. And they're like, damn, you ain't got Twitter? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool ass nigga, I got a Twitter. And all my friends are like, nah, yo, you need to make a Twitter again because like you're mad funny. Like, and I want to tag you in the pictures. I want to say, like, tweet some of the stuff you be saying and stuff. So then I made another Twitter in 2011, literally September, when I got to A&T. And that's been my OG Bri account, the one I have now. I've had it almost Jesus Christ. It's been a long time. Okay. The truth is I was drunk when I seen this tweet. I woke up from a drunken slumber. And DJ Artistic, who is an OG phenomenal DJ. I think that people don't understand that there are levels to this DJ shit and there are multiple lanes. Like, his lane is respected. His audience is respected. And so, you know, he was going through these throwbacks. Like, is a video clip him going through throwbacks. And, like, my drunk ass was like, I don't know anybody that likes In the Club. Like, I don't like it. Like, granted, I love Get Rich or Die Trying, love the movie. 50 Cent, if we're separating the person from the music, I haven't been the biggest fan of him personally. But what I take away from his artistry and for how phenomenal of an artist he is, I absolutely won't. Great rapper, like, amazing. But, like, I was like, bro, I don't know anybody that likes that song. I don't know any women that like that song. And I was like, and I'm not playing it in 2023. And, like, niggas try to rip me a new asshole. And we're like, you weren't even in the club in 2003. You were 10 years old. You were young. And I'm just like, that doesn't change the fact that music is rooted in consumption. Like, you can choose. So, like, even though things can be a commercial success, like, there's so many commercially successful songs, Hot 100, like, record-breaking songs. But that doesn't mean that everybody likes them. And it doesn't mean that it was played everywhere because music is rooted in consumption. So, like, in my house, if it came on the radio, we're changing the song. Or if we're just out, like, I don't have to listen to things. Like, doesn't mean I like it. So I just think that, like, it's going back to the conversation too, just like new and timeless classics. Like, there's no reason I should be playing a 20-year-old song in my DJ sets. Like, why are we not thinking of, like, what's gonna be the new in the club? You know, like, I'm 30, you know, about to be 31, and I'm just like, all right, like, I get it. It was great then, for sure, to some people, but, like, I'm here trying to create new greatness. And I will never create new greatness if I'm still stuck on what used to be great back then. So, like, I have my In the Club pin on. It's my homeboy's brand. And I just thought it was fitting. But, like, yeah, I just think that, like, a lot of people are like that. Niggas love feel-good music, bro. Like, I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to make you feel something different. So, granted, yeah, I acknowledge how successful a song it is. But it's still not getting played in my sets. And if I do play it, it's a joke. It's to show you the crowd reaction. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Twitter, literally, like, just tweeting stuff. So I wasn't the biggest fan of Ice Spice when she first came out, because I thought that it was just like, you know, I just feel like there's so many artists here that, like, have been doing music for forever and, like, are just as good. And sometimes it takes, like, one viral song to just, like, propel somebody in this day and age. And you know, the song grew on me eventually, and then I was just going through something on my own personally, and I was like, you thought I was feeling you? That nigga bitch. That's what I tweeted instead of calling him a munch. And then, like, my homeboy OGB was like, you need to make this into a remix. Like, you need to make this to a song. So that's where that song came from. And then I was on live and I was talking about people not dancing at parties anymore, and I was like, y'all bunch of stand around ass bitches. So I was in the comments, you need to make this a song. It's like, Jesus. So I was like, all right, made that into a song. And then just every song I've ever made is like a response to something that's happened to me. So, like, I don't sit in my room and, like, write bars or, like, lyrics and stuff. Like, I literally be like, oh, okay, somebody told me to do something, or I'm responding to something and I can't articulate myself through socials because it's only so many characters you could put on Twitter. So then I have no choice but to put in a song. So, like, we're in the club. Like, I was not tripping over none of that shit that anybody was saying to me. Like, people understand, like, the internet is the internet. Like, in real life, like, I'm really comfortable. Like, I'm really grateful. Like, I really have been grateful enough to make a living off of music, like, here especially, like, thriving and supporting the DMV and getting that support in return. So I don't give a fuck what anybody got to say with me. No strangers, but, like, when it's people who frequent the same spaces as me, DJs and other artists, and you want to get into a thread and talk shit about me after that whole ordeal, bitch, I'm getting in the studio. So then I, like, made a song. Nick sampled In the Club. You know, 50 Cent has the song Many Men. I named the song Many Bitches, because there's too many bitches talking shit. So I was like, all right. So that's music for me. It's just a response. Like, I won't say every song's a diss record, because the first song I ever recorded with Trilla is called God Body, and it doesn't have any curse words. It's very positive. Like, we're talking about being like in our God body. But like, yeah, so every song is like a diss. And like, I just respond to some shit going on for real. So I make a song about this fly interview. Like, what? I have a ticket to Pound Town. Everyone knows I'm a big Sexy Red fan. So, yeah, I was at the Crown, and this guy like gave me this. He's like, this reminded me of you. And I was like, this is so kind of you. Like, what? And then when I first got it, I would give it to people, and I'd be like, I got something for you. And they'd be like, what? Can you pick a ticket at Pound Town? And I'm like, take a picture of it and give it back. And I make like all these people take a picture of it. So like I was giving out like multiple. Then this, okay. So like not only is one of my favorite pictures ever. So this is my best friend Mark. Mark and I met in college. We went to Elizabeth City State together. And this is Trilla K. And Trilla and I were actually on a bill together back in 2018, but we didn't know each other then. She was hosting. Trilla used to have a blog about music. And my homeboy from back home in Delaware he went to college to DC. He was throwing like an album release party, and he asked me to DJ it. So we didn't meet each other then, but then one of the photographers from the show, he followed both of us and posted how she had just started DJing. And I slid in her DMs. I'm like, yo, like if you ever want to practice or if you want to know anything, I'll like teach you everything I know. From that day, it's just been like up. So I was DJing for La Russell, who's from the Bay and Cali, at Georgetown University. And as soon as we walked in, like this guy was like, here's a picture, you guys. I'm like, sure. And he gave us, all three of us, like physical copies. Like this is like my first physical copy photo of me and my friends. It's meant a lot to me. So I'm like, oh my God. And then this was given to me after Tony Snow show. So I'm a big Tony Snow fan. And like me and him have the same birthday. My birthday is December 27th. And so what happened was I got hit up to DJ the whole show. And then I went to Only Vibes and they styled me. So like it was an Only Vibes bandana I had on. I had an Only Vibes shirt. And it was just great. Like, oh my God, the show couldn't have gone any better. I made him visuals. Oh, that's how it originally happened. Same thing with Mona Leo. I just was like going through his story and I saw that his first show might have been at Bowery Electric in New York. I noticed, no, I don't think it was that. I just know he didn't have any visuals on the background. So I know that Songbird has like a projector. So I was like, hey, I DM'd him. I'm like, can I make you some visuals for your DC show? He was like, hell yeah. So I was like, all right, bet. So I made the visuals.
He got him.
He got him. Free. Yo, you killed that nigga?
Yeah, he's right there.
That is tough, bro.
Where is it?
You killed him.
It's right there.
I don't see it. I got my glasses on. I really did the Obama on that nigga.
Yo, you Obama that nigga.
You got that on camera?
Yeah, we definitely got it on camera.
Lit.
That's tough. Now we gotta step the vibe back up.
He went inside the thing.
Inside the vinyl?
He went inside the vinyl. That's why I slapped it down.
Oh yeah, he was wilding out. He was trying to come home with you. Damn, that was legendary, bro. What the fuck? How Bri body in a fucking fly.
You know how I get down?
That's tough.
Shit. So yeah, I was like, he DM'd me back and was like, yeah. And I was like, bet. So then I'm getting ready to go, to airdrop the visuals, and then I get a text from Junie's manager, and he's like, yo, Tony Snow need a DJ. I'm like, I'm with it. I performed in everything. That fly was big as shit. I performed in everything, so it was just so great. And everybody was there, and then this dude gave me this like a couple days after. He's like, yo, your shit at Tony Snow is so lit. And I'm like, nobody's ever done anything like this for me. It's like so cool. And then All right, Campo's Uptown Saturday Night vinyl has my favorite song in the whole wide world on it. So that song is Lucchini. And like, I don't know what it is about Lucchini, but it's just my favorite song. It's just like the beat, and then just them. They're so cool. The music video is so cool. Like this is what I want to see every time I go out. I don't see this. People don't dance. And it's just like, this is always my energy. Like this vinyl, this whole project, that song, like them as a group. I think I bought this vinyl myself. Like, and just back to physical artistry. Like I'm not a vinyl DJ, but I appreciate vinyl. Like I appreciate just like, this is a lot of work. And just the whole concept itself of just like vinyls as a whole. Like, what you mean this plays music? What you mean you put a needle on it and just like, that's cool as shit. So, yeah, that's my favorite song in the whole wide world. And then Currency's #Jetsko is my second favorite song in the whole wide world. And then I think that was it for my items. I actually I have some more, but even though you told me to bring 4, but honorable mentions. I have a little brother who was in a really bad motorcycle accident back in 2018, and he drew this rainbow, and it was like one of the first things I ever put on my refrigerator when I lived in my basement apartment. And I always have this because, like, what the fuck? Me and him are 17 years apart. So Juju is about to be 14. Yeah, he's about to be 14. And yeah, I've just taken this every crib I lived in. So this was in my first apartment here in Maryland. It's in my house now here in Baltimore. And then I have my Nama Cherry's obituary. The crazy part about it is she didn't know that I was living here when she passed. So like she never wanted me to live in the DMV because she worked for this maximum security prison in Bumblefuck, North Carolina. And a lot of murderers and just people who committed some heinous fucking crimes were sent there. So her perception of DC and Maryland has always been that. Like, she's never wanted me to move here. She's like, it's so dangerous there. I don't want you to move there. So when I did move here, I was living in Virginia Beach at first, and I never told her that I moved here. So when she passed, she didn't know that I was here. So it's like my DJ career and just like everything about it here in Maryland, I always think about her because it's like, I'm thriving, and I think this place is so beautiful. And I feel like if she was still alive, I'd probably have the power to like change her perception of like DMV as a whole because of how much it's given me. So yeah, those are my items with a kill on it. Yeah. Rare Mystic. She's a artist here in the DMV who is just phenomenal. And I feel like she is great content. She does amazing shows, but I feel like she doesn't have anything yet to kind of highlight her as a person. Like, I feel like it would have been obvious if I said like Trilla or anybody else, but I feel like some of these artists kind of already have those platforms where they're able to be personal and people ask them questions. But I think, and it's even her name, like Rare Mystic, like she is rare. So I think that like, if she had the opportunity to talk and people were able to see who she is like on a very more personable level, it would go crazy because she's literally one of my favorites. Do I have anything coming up? Let me see. I'm DJing this event called Shitty Music. I'm sorry? It's January right now? Oh, okay. I'm DJing this event this weekend. It's gonna be fire.
Somewhere.
Like, I'm sure I'm booked and busy. So yeah, I think I'm DJing a wedding. If I'm not mistaken. Next week I might be in Florida somewhere. Cause I'm trying to do what do you call it when it's not bi-coastal, but when it's like north and south? What's it called?
You ain't nothing but a stand around ass bitch.
Jesus. Well, yeah, I'm trying to do the north-south thing. I'm trying to live in the south during the fall, winter. Live in the north during the spring and the summer. Polar opposites. I'm bipolar living.
Alright, well that's it. That's all the questions I got.
Wow. Thanks so much for having me. Yay. This is exciting.
Now we just gotta do some shots. And like some,
Of liquor? It's like, it was a
I
joke.
mean, if you want to, more. If you want to.
Might as well, come on.
Run it back.
If you want it, come and get it, bitch. That's fucking right. Gotta work for this shit. Only money on my line. If your nigga